Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Um, I went into a bit of a frenzy today making videos. As you may have noticed, I just could not stop myself. Anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo. Um, this is one of those days when a lot of people appropriate the culture of our neighbors south of the border. They have no idea what it means, but they do it anyway. So happy Latin American Appropriation Day to some people. And wait a minute, didn't I have a meme for that somewhere? But yes, anyway, today is one of those cultural appropriation days. And there are some people that lean into it more than others, but let your conscience be your guide. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm looking at, you know how it tells you where you were this time last year or years back? Well, according to my photos, I was in Seville this time 5 years ago. Gosh, it doesn't seem like it's been 5 years. But yeah, this time 5 years ago, I was in Seville. Go figure. Huh. Okay, that's cool. All right, so let me see who was here first. Fancy was here first. Thank you so much, Fancy, for starting things off. And by the way, the fundraiser is at a whopping $49,222 since yesterday. And that's all because of people like you and you and you and you and you. So thank you on behalf of everyone. Oh, and I managed to make a contribution myself. And if you guys have been wondering, do you get an opportunity to make a comment with your contribution? You absolutely do. So if that was a concern, you absolutely do. So do not hesitate to make a contribution. If you were wondering about that, surely you can. All right. Let me see here. Huh. Okay. I guess I do not have anything for that. All right. Let me see. 32. Yes. All right. So I was just double checking something. Hello, Sheila Watson, Lydia Washington, Annie Bullard, Manello, Carolyn Sowers. Let's see who else is here. Elaine Parker. Oh, by the way, let me just scroll down. Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Let me see. Andrew Bodie. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And I'm going to scroll some more because I thought I saw something else. There we go. Madison Bonaparte. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me bring up my slides and I will address that directly. Let me see here. Oh, okay. That's what I can do. Put that over there. And got it. All right. Excuse me. Get my slides up for today. Oh, wait. What did I just do? Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. That was a little bit of a panic there. Okay, sorry. All right, so Madison Bonaparte says, make sure you get some tea for tomorrow's coronation. You're the reporter for the Sussex squad, and we need a good dose of good hot tea from you. Yes, well, thank you so much. And I'm still trying to sort out exactly when I'm going to show up because I know it starts super early, and I don't know, I may sleep through a good part of it, but I'm going to try to sleep early tonight so I can be up and about and a part of the whole thing because sometimes my sleep is all over the place. So yeah, I'm going to prep for tomorrow, and then we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much, Madison Bonaparte. Black Queen says, Baron, play this link of Harry dancing at a fundraiser in Haiti. He got rhythm. Bulliam will. Yeah, well, see, I have to make sure that I don't violate the what do you call it? The thing. So I'd have to think about that first. Some of the things I can play because they're not copyright, but yeah, I have to be very careful of the copyright. I did see that, and someone was very kind to send it to me. But yes, I have to be very careful with the copyright. But thank you so much, Black Queen, and thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, Elaine Parker. Thank you for the super chat. Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, so let me get over here to the slides. Rain. Okay, yeah, expect rain. Yeah, absolutely. So, the night before the coronation, all our final thoughts and everything. Well, there is a frenzy going on in London right now. And in spite of what everyone was saying or thinking or assuming, at the last minute, it seems like a lot of patriotism came through. However, there's still going to be rain. And then, anyway, if you haven't seen the video that I made earlier, I'm going to share it here. Hello, Stacy Brockman, Teresa McDougall. Love that profile pic. Love it. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, let's carry on here. So, I made another poem video, and this one was with a young lady from Chicago, I think is her name. But someone shared that with me, and I was like, yeah, I could make a video with that. I'll narrate it myself. And so I used this image of the Duchess of Sussex for the video. But yeah, I love that contrast with the purple and I guess it's an off white, but I love that contrast. It really suits her. And that is definitely a boss pose if I've ever seen one. Elizabeth Anders is going to rain, rain, rain on Saturday. And you're making it rain, 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 rain on me. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Big Mama. All right, let's carry on here. So there it is. As I told you, it's almost 50,000 now. It's very close to 50,000. So let me take one more look before I continue, just to get a last glance to see what it is. Okay, refresh. 49,299. Oh, I could have put the link at the top of the chat, couldn't have? Let me do that. I'll put the link at the top of the chat so you guys can find it. There you go. That is the link. I hope that works. All right. So I'm going to double check that link, make sure that is the proper one. And you're making me rain. And you're making it rain, rain, rain. Making me rain. That just gives it a whole new thing, doesn't it? That was a slip. Okay. Perfection. Okay, so that does work. It takes you to the kaboom. So there you go, you guys. And let me see. Well, Catherine Bryant, it's interesting you should say that. If it's one thing I've learned from watching PBS, which is our public television station, when they would have a lot of those science shows and stuff, one of the best, if not the best, conductor of electricity is gold, which is why they use gold in so many electronic devices. Um, some things are not great conductors of electricity. So that's why when you heat them up, they produce a lot of heat, which is how a toaster oven works, or perhaps a air fryer or something like that. Those elements get really, really hot. But gold doesn't get so hot because it offers very little resistance to electric current. So, Catherine, you are absolutely right. The gold is an excellent conductor of electricity. But yeah, thank you for asking the question. Appreciate it. Oh, I don't like what you guys are thinking right now, but okay, I'm just kidding. I do. Queen Camilla and Princess Anne in a pre-coronation feud. Have you guys heard about that? Have you guys heard about that? Let me see. Um, Listen. I know Anne is a lot to take sometimes, okay? You're not sure friend or foe. Mostly she is a royalist, obviously, because she's one of them. But Princess Anne, she'll turn on you. She will turn on you. And I mean to tell you, just when you think you good girlfriends and you about to braid each other's hair and talk about boys, she turns on you. And she doesn't discriminate. She does not discriminate. They asked her about slavery. She gave a classic Princess Anne answer. You invite Trump to Buckingham Palace. She does a typical Princess Anne. She couldn't be bothered. So, what do you think happens when you have a dinner or a reception or something like that with close friends and family, and you're all seated at the table? Let me share that with you, shall I? Because now, trigger alert. It does involve somebody that might cause you to have palpitations. But here goes. As a matter of fact, I can't stand any of these people.
No, I totally agree. David Emmanuel, you don't feel you can accept Queen Camilla.
Well, look, it's highly charged, the whole situation. I'm behind the scenes, goodness knows what's going on. But, yeah, that's what we were sold on, weren't we? It was, I understood from Her Majesty the Queen, she said she should be Queen Consort. Now, suddenly, she's now going to be Queen. And it's very difficult because a lot of people have told me they're unhappy about it. So I'm not surprised by the polls at all. But I did hear, I don't know if you know this story, I heard that there was a coronation dinner, which obviously the King and Camilla was there. And apparently the Princess Royal, I don't know if you heard this one, the Princess Royal said, "You're not Queen, you're the Queen's consort." Did you hear that one? That's spinning around.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Now, I'm not one to spread
Wow, that's
gossip,
a fascinating
but this is what I've
revelation.
heard from quite a few sources. Yep. And it was a big...
Goodness gracious me. So,
yeah, there was a big
So to clarify,
showdown.
you have heard that Princess Anne said to Camilla's face
You're
that
not
you were
queen.
Queen Consort, not Queen.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I
Pretty
hadn't
sad.
heard
So you can
that.
imagine in the Abbey, I mean, it's going to be so emotionally charged. You've got Diana's sister, the censors there, Camilla's children will be there, and what are they all thinking? What is the country thinking? You know, it's a lot of emotion, but we have to remember it's a religious ceremony, of course, and, we have to remember he was being bred to be king. It was always understood he was going to be king. And there's a lot of stuff that's happening. Well, Patrick would know more than I, but...
Well, I mean, I think that's fascinating because, Dan, one of the reasons I think there is so much doubt over Camilla's status in people's minds is the kind of game of semantics that the palace has played with this over the last 25 years. You may remember, Camilla was, first of all, just a friend. And then she was a non-negotiable friend. And then, okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard. But the official line then was, yes, but there is no chance that Charles and Diana will separate. And when they did separate, there's no chance they will divorce. And when they divorced, there was no chance that Charles would remarry. And if he did remarry, he wouldn't marry Camilla. And if he did marry Camilla, she would not be anything more than just behind the scenes supporting her man. And then she might be princess consort when he ascended the throne. And then she was queen consort. And now, hey presto, she's queen. They have been playing games with us. It's a series of half-truths.
Absolutely. We've been drip-fed, haven't we, really?
And of course, we should point out that the Queen, well, indeed, and the late Queen herself, on the day that she had spent 70 years on the throne, only said that Camilla would be Queen Consort. So did the Queen ever sign up to the idea of Queen Camilla? I don't know. But look, Ingrid Stewart, I know you feel differently on this. You think folk need to move on and accept Queen Camilla. Why?
I think that this is what...
Okay, so there you go. There you go. It's a conversation that needed to be had. I am shocked. that was the forum in which the conversation took place. Daniel Medical, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And Alma Andrews, happy birthday, Prince Archie. Yes, I'm celebrating your birthday the whole weekend. Thank you so much for that, Alma Andrews. All right, you guys. So that is one of the things, that's one of the reasons I was taking so long. I wanted to share that with you. The only way, and I didn't want to use one of those bad audio things. So all right, so she went there. David Emanuel, for those of you that don't know, David Emanuel was the dressmaker for Princess Diana, along with his wife Elizabeth Emanuel. They created the wedding dress, and they also created that gown. I believe it was created that gown before they got married. It was black, and it was, anyway, that one was the first one. So there was a big fuss on the wedding day back in 1981 about David and Elizabeth Emanuel. And yes, Miss Thing was married to Elizabeth Emanuel. I don't know. I have to try to sort that out another time. But she was married to Elizabeth Emanuel. But yeah, so I'm just like, I hope it's true. I hope it's true. I think that David Emanuel, given his, position, definitely would not want to put something out there that he didn't suppose was true. And in the interview, she said she didn't agree with Charles about the slim down of the monarchy, but he wasn't going to change. Yeah, she said, you know what you get with him. You know what you get. Charles and Camilla better be careful in that golden carriage. If there's lightning, they're get fried. Well, I mean, think about it. Camilla's hair is already fried. Might as well finish her off. Let me see. I can see Princess Anne saying that. You guys, that was like yesterday. I think I heard that yesterday, and I just kind of latched onto it. It really captured my imagination. B10 Pow. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Now we're complete. Hey, Susie Q. Can't be here without Susie Q. Leslie F. Let me see. Dude was like, I'm not the one to spread rumors, so you didn't hear it from me. See what I mean? Was that worth the wait? I just had to share that with you all. I just had to. Oh, thank you so much, MLT, for the PayPal. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Friday to you. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, so I had to go there. Let me translate this for you guys. Step back. I need a little room. Camilla is Corella DeVille, and a petulant car wreck person. Oh, okay. I think I see where that one's going. Diana, let me see, was a magnificent woman, and Camilla is. And anyway, whatever Charlotte says, it always means that what's his name? William is an imbecile. Even when she doesn't say it, she says it. It always leads to William is an imbecile. Well, anyway, thank you so much, Charlotte. All right. William is an imbecile. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Very, very well said. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so that is just so messy. You guys, please listen to the last part again. Please listen to the last part again. I'm just going to do half of it.
One of the reasons I think there is so much doubt over Camilla's status in people's minds is the kind of game of semantics that the palace has played with us over the last 25 years. You may remember, Camilla was, first of all, just a friend. And then she was a non-negotiable friend. And then, okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard. But the official line then was, yes, but there is no chance that Charles and Diana will separate. And when they did separate, there's no chance they will divorce. And when they divorced, there was no chance that Charles would remarry. And if he did remarry, he wouldn't marry Camilla. And if he did marry Camilla, she would not be anything more than just behind the scenes supporting her man. And then she might be princess consort when he ascended the throne. And then she was queen consort. And now, hey presto, she's queen. They have been playing games with us. It's a series of half-truths.
Absolutely. We've been drip-fed, haven't we, really?
And of course, we should point out that the Queen, well, indeed, and the late Queen herself,
Okay, so to answer your question, I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow. I haven't sorted that out yet. But I tell you guys, that was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. What'd you say? Good for her, huh? Woo! Well, I tell you what, apropos of Princess Anne, why don't we, let me see here. Why don't we do this? Let me see if I can find it. The Afro Annie. Well, nope. It's kind of buried. So I won't do that one right now. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Afro Annie. Wow! I love it. I love it. It is très merci, as they say in France. Très merci. It is très merci. It is, uh, no, maybe it's la petite merci, right? That means it's a little messy. La petite merci. Oui? Oui. So, Katie V, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex and Dan's, what is it? Dansby D1. Is that right? Thank you so much for the super sticker. And of course, there is a happy birthday greeting for Archie Harrison, Mountbatten-Windsor. There you go. Thank you very much. And remember, you guys, if you guys want to contribute to the kaboom, it is at the top of the chat. If you can't contribute, please do share it. Share it and contribute. Okay, thank you very much. All right, moving on. So anyway, that was the word according to Afro Annie. She had a thing or two. As we all know, she is fearless. You know, Annie actually fell off the horse during the Olympics that she competed in, but she's not one to, to be a little shy or recoiling around mixed company. So there you have it. That is the Annie that we all know so well. Let me see. Palmer Rose says, wonder how Anne feels about Camilla wearing her mama's coronation cloak. She's supposedly wearing two, let me see, Queen Elizabeth's and a new. Oh, yeah. Okay. What Palmer Rose is speaking of, in addition to having the robes that they will put on at the end of the service, I know for Charles, there's like a costume change. First, he shows up in his military uniform, right? And then after that, he is stripped down to a certain degree, and they put a white shirt on him, something like a nightshirt. It's a gown. It's like a big white nightgown, right? Very little ornament or detail, very simplistic, right? And that is to signify humility. And then from there, they are going to cover him with a cloth of gold. And then there's another cape that is called a mantle. It's like a big robe. Both of them are like big robes. Well, actually, it's the cloth of gold. Coat is like a coat with a big belt, and then there's the mantle. So there's 3 layers that they put on him. And then after the coronation, I believe they go to the back of another area, and then he switches to another like cape. It's a big cape that he will wear when he leaves. The other stuff comes off, and then he puts that on. So it's only worn during the ceremony. It is worn once in a lifetime, and then that's it. So thank you so much, Palmer Rose, for asking about that. And thank you for the super chat. But yeah, so there is some layers to it. All right, let me get rid of Afro Annie. Take a look at a couple more of your comments before I get on to that. Praying and manifesting thunder and lightning, gas, oil. What is that? XR protesters. Oh yeah, some of those people, those environment protesters. Smog, sepia skies with dust from Africa, tornadoes, flash flood, landslides, and football-sized hailstones for the coronation day. Boy, I tell you, when this sister pray, it's like my computer has turned into a tabernacle. Now that is some serious. My computer has turned into St. Peter's Basilica, reading off her prayers, huh? She don't ask for much, do she? She only wants fire and brimstone. That's not much to ask for, is it? Like, Lord, please cast down upon them tornadoes, flash floods, landslides, football sized hailstones. And Lord, if you can just throw in a little thunder and lightning and oil and gas protesters, smog and murky sepia skies with dust from the motherland of Africa, we'd have sure enough appreciate it. Lord, we don't ask for much, do we? Wait, and you guys, speaking of don't ask for much, thank you to the squatty who I won't name, but thank you to the squatty who sent me a computer light. I have a light, it's a light bar that goes across the top of the computer, and it casts light down upon your workspace, and it also eases the the discomfort to your eyes while you're working. So thank you again for that. I would show you guys, but my desk is a mess, so I can't show you a picture of it, but it is beautiful and I really, really appreciate it. So let me see here. This is going to be one big mess. Just wait until Camilla brings her kids. Oh, I'm going to show you that later. I'm going to show you the gathering of the Parker Bowles family. Yes, I promise I am going to show you the gathering of the Parker Bowles family. Let's see. Okay. Patricia Nixon says, and this all supposed to take an hour? How? Well, what if somebody, okay, I'm not saying I wish this happens, but what if somebody hacked into the public address system across London inside of Westminster Abbey, and they started playing that that famous tampon gate phone call? What if somebody tapped into all of the television stations, all of the media everywhere, cell phones, and you hear tampon gate? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wouldn't that be some tea? Wouldn't that be some tea? I'm not saying that I'm hoping that that happens, but what if somebody hacked into the public address system and played the tampon gate? Oh, that would just be a mess. I'm not saying I'm hoping for it, but if somebody has the skills and the technology necessary, I'm just saying. Karuna Rainer said, oh, that's for someone else. Sorry about that. Helen Cole says there is a documentary on Primetime about Camilla's dysfunctional family. She was removed from the care of her mother and father. Oh, really? Her family's history is dark. Okay. I did not know about that, Helen Cole. I did not know. Although it does explain a bit of the personality that she has, like that of a car wreck. But thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you, of course, for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. And let's see. Dutch Me Not. I had no idea that both Victoria and Anne was in my country, New Zealand, at the same time. This year, it was even news. It wasn't even news enough, I'm sorry, to put on YouTube or anywhere else. Let me see. Victoria. Which Victoria? Which, you're not speaking Arbiter. No, of course not Arbiter. But really, I did not know that. Well, I know Anne went down there for something last year, but I think I recall her going back down there for something, but I can't remember. But yeah, they don't really, even this year, you guys, there's not as many American news agencies out and about in London. It's not like with the Sussex's wedding where they were paying tens of thousands of dollars to rent spaces in Windsor and all that kind of stuff. It is not the same thing this time around. Thank you so much for your comment. Okay. And Lorna Williams says they should play Diana by Paul Anka. Come on, Lorna. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Thank you so much for that. And you know, if there's any loud booing outside of Westminster Abbey, you could also hear it inside of Westminster Abbey, like during Princess Diana's funeral when they were applauding Diana. I'm sure if you can hear applause when they all applauded Diana for her life and her work and contribution, I am pretty sure that you can also hear booing inside of the Westminster Abbey. So thank you so much, Lorna Williams, for your super chat. Now, right here, King's coronation weather likely to be a washout, says Met Office. The heavens open over London as royal superfans are soaked in torrential downpours a day before King Charles' historic coronation. Well, you know what? One of the things I have been trying to work out is when do you get a chance to take a bath? I mean, let's face it, some people are there for days. Now, one of the people that I met when I was there who had camped out, you know, yes, I'm a royal supporter. I mean, I could tell that his skin looked kind of sticky, but, you know, there's restaurants and there's a buddy system where they can at least go and, you know, take care of nature, plus the porta potties that they have, if you don't mind using those. Worldwide Birthday Celebration says, I can't watch, especially when they put the crown on when they put that, Diana should have had on Camilla's head. Everybody knows what she did to Diana to get it. Well, and of course, the polls are surely telling the story. The polls are telling that story. I think there was like only 14% that said, oh, yeah, now that would, Truffadilly, I like that. I like that. But yeah, the polls said that only 14% or 16% approved of using the term Queen Camilla instead of Queen Consort, or even not using Queen at all. Baron, they need to play Rottweiler bit. Well, they do have monitors that they could play it on inside of Westminster Abbey. Okay, so right here, here's another one of my specialties. You may have seen it earlier, maybe not, but I'm going to share it anyway. So let me cue that up for you. Oh, Lord, where did it go? How come I'm not seeing that one? Okay. Hiding from me, huh? All right, that's all right. I got this. I got it. I got it. As Tracy Morgan would say, I got it. I got it. I got it. I don't got it. Let me see. Man, what did I do with that? I know I... Oh, there it is right there in plain sight. There it is. Okay.
I think they are the biggest benefit people in the world. They never do a day's work from their barn yet.
I'm actually unplugging completely on Saturday, and I'm just going to go and be in nature for a day with my phone off. So I won't be celebrating, but I know my mum will, because it's special to her, because it was special to my grandma, and it can be like that.
I guess just like just a big kind of celebration, really, but it doesn't really apply to my life. But I mean, they're really good business people, right? They have a ton of money, so I think they just want to celebrate that.
What will I be doing? On Saturday, unfortunately, I'll be working, but all the same, there will be television around, so I'll be just sneaky to watch it. Yeah.
I would like to see one of them come out here, come sweep the street. Then I say you do a day's work. But they never do a day's work yet. Really? Have you known any of them to do a day's work? Eh? They never do nothing, man. All they do is live off of my blood. They're like vampires, sucking my blood.
With loads of people struggling to pay bills and dealing with like a lot of loss, it's kind of disheartening to see on TV so much resources and money being given to this family that it doesn't feel like they're giving us anything back.
I think it's a bit of an outdated concept, and I'm on that side where people are asking for a representative head, elected head. So yeah, but otherwise they conduct themselves quite well.
Trying to avoid the crowds, honestly. Gonna go meet another family to connect to let my daughter go have a sleepover, but meeting during the coronation at the station so we're not out on the street.
Yeah, revising for exams, maybe going out for lunch, but not in celebration of it.
Oh, that's on 6th May you're saying, right? Yeah, I've got a family trip planned to the Seven Sisters, Seafoods.
Homeless people dying, and all this money what they spent on the Queen thing the other day, they should set up things for homeless people. I think they are the biggest benefit people in the world.
Prince, Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you mean?
So we found Trenchtown Man's cousin. Is that what you're saying, Black Queen? Teresa McDougall says that Baron, I was out and about yesterday in Toronto, and there is nothing about this condemnation, only announced on TV news, no magazines. Wow. Wow. And right here, Maureen Reed, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being a member as well of Royal Sussex. Thank you very much. So Karen Damaris says, hey, y'all squaddies all over the globe. I hope y'all having a good time. Anyone watch Miss Claudia Boleyn podcast today? She was shredding Sarah's vile madness about Meghan's hair. It was hilarious. Really? I didn't know that she goes there like that, but okay. I am going to make sure I watch it. I love her content anyway, but thank you so much for that. Gosh, and I'm so glad she's feeling better. She was out sick for a while, but had a respiratory thing, but she is back and better than ever. So if you guys do not watch Claudia Boleyn, you really should, because she is amazing. But yeah, so that is it. I believe the lady with the glasses there, I think she's American, as well as the guy on the far left with the black hat kind of hidden back there. I think he's also American. And you guys, it was something that, you know, let me go back to something, because I forgot to mention this.
She had spent 70 years.
It was understood he was going to be king, and
that the palace has played with this over the last.
I think this guy right here, I think that was Diana's secretary. Is his name Jepson or something like that? I believe he was Diana's secretary. So dressmaker and secretary. I believe that's correct. But it's very interesting what they both had to say. So these are two people that would have been very close to Diana, and I think it's rather cheeky that what is that guy's name? The sad little man. I thought it was rather interesting that he had the both of them on there at the same time, but I'm glad he did because they did say a mouthful. And what was that one thing that he said? The other guy here, it was something he said that I wanted to add on to, and I can't remember what it was. Let me do this again.
Has played with this over the last 25 years. You may remember, Camilla was first of all just a friend, and then she was a non-negotiable friend. And then, okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard.
Yes, that's what I love is when he said, kind of hard to deny after some of the tapes that we heard. Woo! One more time.
Okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard. Non-negotiable friend. And then, okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard. But the official line...
All I got to say about that is, y'all nasty. Y'all are nasty. Kind of hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard. Woo! Now that is what they call English wit. That is what they call a very English wit. It is like a dry wine. The flavor has some very subtle notes, but it actually lingers on the palate, right? That is what they call a very English wit. You almost don't even know that they done socked it to you. Sometimes you get halfway down the block and you're just like, wait a minute, what did he say? He said it's kind of hard to deny after listening to those tapes.
Well, you don't.
Camilla was first of all just a friend, and then she was a non-negotiable friend. And then, okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard.
Oh, Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Save those two adulterers from themselves, because the problem is they do know what they do. Oh, man. Kind of hard to deny after some of the tapes that we listened to. Woo! Woo! Oh, man. I wasn't sure where he was going, but he really did deliver in the end, didn't he? He really did deliver. Kind of hard to deny after some of the tapes that we listened to. Oh, no, I don't think there's more than one tape, at least unless he knows something that we don't. I don't think that there's more than one tape. Oh, my goodness. You guys, if you'll indulge me, I got to hear that one more time, just one more time.
She was first of all just a friend, and then she was a non-negotiable friend. And then, okay, she was a lover. It's hard to deny after some of the tapes we heard. But the official line then was, yes, but there is no chance that Charles and Diana will separate. And when they did separate...
Oh, man, I tell you, leave it to the English. Leave it to the English. Do you guys remember? Okay, here I go quoting a movie. One of my favorite movies, Sister Act. And Whoopi Goldberg, who played Dolores Van Cartier, she told, Maggie Smith said, oh, really? Yeah, because Whoopi Goldberg was like, I got things to do. I got to get out of here. Oh, really? Well, from what I hear, your married lover wants you dead, and your music career, as I understand it, was less than stellar, that is. And then she said, uh, what? Wait. Oh man, I'm messing it up. I'm confusing myself. But anyway, the whole punchline was, and people want to kill you. Anyone who's ever met you, I would imagine. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Maggie Smith, just imagine Maggie Smith saying, and people want to kill you. Anyone who's ever met you, I would imagine. Oh man, that is what I mean by that very English sense of humor. Okay, let's see. Carolita Simone, thank you so much for the super sticker. Let's see here. Nurse wife mother says from friend to Camilla to in 60 seconds. Yes, from friend to queen. I'm sorry, not Camilla. From friend to queen in 60 seconds. Thank you very much for that. Manello says, Baron, thank you for showing the other perspective than those subjects in euphoric state of mind. She was a side dish. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A side dish. Okay. Oh, Stephen Black is here. May the storm clouds of Diana rain all day and night. I refuse to watch. Stephen Black, I totally understand. I am definitely going to watch this event. I am going to find all the shade, and I will probably share that with you guys after the fact. I don't think I'm going to be on during the event, but I am going to gather intelligence and I'll have plenty to share. But thank you so much, Stephen Black. Thank you for the lovely prayer. I tell you, I feel like my entire house is levitating from the power of, of that prayer. Oh man. But yes, thank you. Let's see here. Let me go on. So, guess who this young man is, right? This young man is what is that? Tuscanberry Borough Council local election 2023. Results full list of new councillors. Well, guess what? In the local council for King Charles III, they have just elected a Republican. This guy is anti-royal. He is a Republican. He wants to rid the people of Britain of a head of state that is unelected, a hereditary head of state. That is what he's there for. He's young. He has great hair and chiseled good looks. I'll say all that too, along with the idea that he wants to rid Britain of the king and the rest of the family. So this is almost as bad as the local council not wanting to up any money for street parties. I mean, the local council, this is King Charles local council, they said that they don't have money to pay for all this stuff. And the last thing I heard is that they weren't going to do it at all. So, yes, yes. Oh, you know what? That bell is too loud. Yes, thank you, nurse wife mother. $50,000 for Archie's birthday. $50,000, $50K. Thank you very much, Sussex Squad. You guys know how to show up and how to show out. So thank you all very much for that. Thank you for making Archie's birthday. And of course, this goes on to Lilibet's birthday, right? Thank you for making their birthdays, starting with Archie, of course, very, very memorable. This is what we love. Go Sussex family. Thank you, nurse wife Mother. So yes, this was yesterday. Let me take that down. Yesterday, when we started, it was just, I think it was creeping up to 20K. No, it had just crossed over 20K. And I think by the time we got done yesterday, wasn't it like 26,000? Does anybody remember? I think it was like 26,000, I think. Well, anyway, now it is 50K. Yeah, you know what? I think it was almost 100% more than what they expected. So now it is even higher. So I tell you, what a community to belong to. What a community to belong to. Um, we show up, we show out for the Sussexes. We help to uplift and elevate their work, right? And there's no head, there's no leader or anything like that. There's just hardworking people, pensioners, you name it, that have come together for a greater cause. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Serge Nelly's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, all that, and Charles has a hostile council member in his borough. Oh, God is good. Oh, he's not hostile, I'm sure. But yes, thank you everybody for all of your hard work and effort. Please continue to share, even if you are not able to make a donation. Please continue to share that link. Okay, 50,363. Love it. All right. So Welsh Town Council coronation party after, I'm sorry, council, listen to me. Welsh Town cancels coronation party after no one donates to cause. They don't feel a need to celebrate this during a period of austerity, budget cuts, lack of funding, and so on and so forth, not to mention incredibly high prices for fuel, food, lodging, all of those things combined, and people are just not in the mood for this big hat party. And so, and by the way, that there are people that knit those tops for the postal boxes, the mailboxes around the UK. It is very, very cool the way they do that. Sometimes every single element of it is made from yarn, I suppose. But yeah, it's very cool. But in spite of that, and some people start working on those things very early, but in spite of that, there shall be no celebration in that particular town. So there you go. There you go. Let me see. It had been billed as the party of the year, but a Welsh market town has been forced to cancel its coronation celebration after failing to raise any money to cover costs. Oh, well. Okay. And then there's this person. Yes, that is Sharon. I like to wear my hair like Pippi Longstockings Osborne. And the gentleman of African descent, and no, she didn't invite him just in case somebody started something. He's actually, I mean, that would be racist, wouldn't it? I don't suppose she's racist, so let's not go there. She says she's not racist, even though she went into that panic that time because she thought people were accusing her of being racist. But no, he's not there just in case somebody starts something. He's there because he's actually on television with her. And well, they've been on the same show. I forgot his name, JJ something or whatever. But yeah, I think he appears on Talk TV. So yeah, they have camped out. I bet you they're not staying there all night, but they set up a little tape on everything just for the benefit of the viewers. And this is just to help encourage people to camp out for the festivities. Okay. All right. So, as I said earlier, I was going to speak about the Parker Bowles family. Well, it appears that Camilla's family decided to have a Parker Bowles family reunion. Yes, in the middle of the celebration of the coronation, it seemed like as good a time as any to get the family together for a bit of a reunion. So you got Camilla, you got her big head son, her big head daughter, the whole family, Tom Parker Bowles, everybody's there. And some other, you know, people that we don't know of. But yeah, so, and how clever of them to elude the press by trying to pretend like there's some of the Windsor gray horses that are going to pull the carriages tomorrow. How clever of them. But no, that is actually the Parker Bowles family. You can tell because they got those long faces. But yeah, so that's the Parker Bowles family. And remember, as her son said, there was no end game. She just happened to well, all the stuff that the guy said, she's not this, but she's that. She's not this, but she's that. And next thing you know, she has been crowned the queen. Not even queen consort, the queen. And of course, here we go again. In that attempt to erase the memory of the Duchess of Sussex, and I think even more sinister, this is deliberate. This is deliberate. I don't care what anybody says. This is deliberate. And you know, some days I say to myself, you know, people might assume that you're just picking on Kate, that you're being unkind to Kate. I think Kate is a very unkind person. I think Kate knows exactly what she's doing. And you know what? Even if I'm wrong about that, just imagine how much stuff people not only are wrong about, but deliberately lie about the Sussexes. And so, yes, I know when they go low, we go high. I don't. I pretty much stay down in the gutter right there with them. I stay right there in the gutter with them until I get tired. And you know what? As you guys have seen for 2 years straight, I have not missed a day of Royal Sussex, have I? You know what that means, right? I don't get tired. I don't get tired. You guys couldn't imagine places that I have been and things that I have done. But still, my commitment to the community remains. It's not because I feel like I have to, but because I want to. I'm enjoying this. I'm definitely enjoying this. So I'm glad to be here. And as I am here, when I feel like I need to call out the Cambridges or whatever they are now, I'm going to call them out. But I believe she does this stuff deliberately. I believe this is on purpose. There's no way, there's no coincidence here. This is deliberate. This is deliberate. Just like this is deliberate. Okay, so yesterday, as you guys know, Kate was photographed with someone who has been so hateful to Meghan and Harry, particularly Meghan. So hateful. And we know this because the Sussex Squad Detective Agency managed to, find some receipts. And so there she is, just happens to be an American on the streets of London and just happened to be in Soho. I mean, who knows how she knew, but she just happened to be in Soho when Camilla was there. I mean, not Camilla, Kate, when Kate was there, right? Okay, I can see how that could happen. And then, of course, Christopher Bosey reminded us yesterday of the demographic of people who seem to have it in for the Duchess of Sussex. It does tend to be the MAGA voter, the Brexiteers, and you could even see it in the bio. They tell you, I'm a conservative. I support this. I support that. They love to tell you that. They make it very clear, even when they're trying to do blackfishing, meaning that they're pretending like they're black women, which some of them have been called out for that. They still feel like they have to tell you that they're conservative and independent, so on and so forth. Let me see. Valtina Thorpe says, Baron, you are not wrong about Kate. She's sneaky and conniving and a snake in the grass, but she has the best trainers any daughters could have. Oh, anyway, so wait, not her. I need to be over here. So this guy here on the right side, he's an actor, I think. Many have reached out and asked what the princess and I talked about. I'll share this video with you. She most cheerfully lent, okay, I think she is lent an ear. Let me pull that down. And was really interested in my job. I'm a teacher of English and was genuine was genuine with everybody. Yesterday was a dream. So, okay, so he's an English teacher. When I went through his thread, he's definitely a royalist. He's crazy about Kate. And it seems as though there has been a connection. I'm just going to say it seems as though, I don't know it for sure, but from what I saw in his Twitter feed. And so I'm thinking to myself, one person happens to be there. I do believe that someone within the Deranger community put the word out. Someone put the word out. And a lot of those people who have been hostile in some cases to the Sussexes, and then to this guy, I don't know that he's been hostile rather, but I have seen that some of the derangers that are so critical and so malicious toward the Sussexes also follow him on Twitter. They are constantly sharing things with him on Twitter. So I didn't have a time to go all the way through his social media, and I probably won't. But my whole point about this is, are there any coincidences like this? How many other people did she encounter on that little walk? Why? I mean, how did they just end up in Soho? And then, too, I heard that they went to another establishment that caters to the LGBT community. In other words, William had another opportunity to explore the idea of a pulled pork sandwich. He just keeps ending up in pulled pork sandwich places. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Do you, boo? Be who you are, not who you were. But he just keeps ending up in them pulled pork sandwich establishments. That's it. But yeah, I believe that it was no coincidence that Kate and William happened to be in this area with all of these Karens. I'm going to call them Karens. With all of these royalists. No accident. I mean, why would they go anyplace else? They wanted to go somewhere where they knew they would have a good reception. And I believe that the people knew in advance that they were coming. Just like the kid on the subway. I don't know if you guys have seen the Tube video where this young kid who has a big following, again, young, because they need to appeal to young people in order to stay relevant. He has a big following just riding the tube. And this young man just happened to be running for a train, at least that was the pretense. And then he gets on board the train, and guess who's there? Will and Kate. You see what I'm saying? It seems as though they organized all of these people to be there to receive them, so that it seems like they're far more popular than we all know they're not. That's it. That's it. That's my conspiracy theory. Helen Cole says Kate was dressed in a white black trim dress looking like Meghan and wearing Meghan shoes with the black bow. Yeah, well, that is the photo right there. That's the photo right there. You can see she's wearing those Akazura pumps. And of course, she's wearing the white dress. White dress, no butt, no hips, just straight up and down white dress. But thank you so much for that, Helen Cole, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. But yeah, there you go. And Lorna Williams, did I not give you a bell earlier? I think I missed that opportunity, but there you go. Okay, so as I said, I kind of thought, maybe I'm just being a little bit hypercritical, but in my gut, in my deep down in my being, I know, I feel certain. I feel certain that all of this is done to be malicious as possible. It's a very in-your-face move. And just like I am certain that the reason why the Sussexes had to leave Kensington Palace, the reason why they had to leave the United Kingdom, is because of William and Kate. I do believe that. That's just my opinion, but I believe that's why they had to leave, is because of and just think about this. If they're playing those little petty games like that, using the press as usual, just imagine what was going on at Kensington Palace. And that's why I said, you know what, guys, a long time ago, I realized, yes, sometimes I do get things wrong. But if at that point, when I have, for lack of a better word, snapped, how much have you done up until that point? How many times have you used coercion or some type of cloak and dagger move to make sure that I was overreactive? And I'm not blaming the victim when I say that, but I'm just saying people know how to push your buttons, and sometimes they have you, at a state where, okay, maybe this time it was all completely innocent. But given the totality of everything that had happened before, then of course I'm hypersensitive. Of course I'm wary of everything. And I think that when it came to Kensington Palace, when you look at the games that they are playing, that the Sussexes are not even there anymore, just imagine the little hijinks that they were pulling while they were there. Just think about that. And just like when they were at the Westminster Abbey for that last occasion, you had a very smug-looking William, very smug, as usual, very smug William, full of himself, knowing what they've done, and they feel very justified in having done it. So, yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for her, and I don't feel sorry for him. And I can't wait to see in the future how much more of their world unravels. I hope I'm able to see that. That's what I'm here for, because those are some very cruel people, very cruel. And time has been very, very cruel to them. Very cruel. Okay, so you may recognize those folks right there. That is the cast of the Queen Charlotte. And that, of course, is the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. My friend Shonda Rhimes is an inspiration to so many. Through her show, she helps redefine the role that actors of color can play and inspire young artists to dream with ambition. To Shonda and the cast of Queen Charlotte, I wish you all the best on tonight's premiere. So there you have it. I believe they are possibly at the Vice President's residence, which is the Naval Observatory. But yes, there is a house designated for the Vice President, and it is called the Naval Observatory. But yeah, it is. That appears to be the house. It's actually a very, very nice house, actually, I think. But yeah, so there you go. And right here, you can see more of those rain-soaked people trying to survive the weather on the streets of London. And yes, I'm a royal supporter. Yes, I'm a royal supporter. Oh, you little garden gnome. Where is that guy? Where is he? Yes, I'm a royal supporter.
But we put ourselves together. We've got our whole tiring up here. We've got our beds here. We put it all together. And we didn't get to bed till 4:30 in the morning. Now we're going to sing a song for you. Not a song, we're going to say something to you.
We're national anthem.
Okay.
God save our gracious King.
Is this a Meghan Markle meet and greet?
I love that guy. Is this the Meghan Markle meet and greet? I love that guy. Okay, so when our son's school tells the kids to come to school dressed as kings and queens to mark the coronation, sometimes you just, to remind everyone of the original royalty, you just, I guess that's a typo, you just have to remind everyone of the original royalty. So instead of going dressed up like a king or queen of Europe, he decided that his son ought to dress a little more, shall we say, African. There you go. Yeah, technically, yeah, it is Africa. So there you go. He went dressed as a king from the Nile River Valley. Very, very cool. Well, they said come dressed as kings and queens. So there you go. Now, when it comes to the when it comes to the newly minted Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, I wonder how they would address that. I mean, if someone tells them, you know, tomorrow we want everyone to dress like kings and queens, how would Edwina handle that? I wonder. Anyway, that was just being messy. And there again, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is kind of out of order. There's another image of the cast of the Queen Charlotte. Yeah, it looks like this photo is not in the U.S. I believe this is at one of those very stately homes. I don't recognize the property. I want to say that this is that property that, oh gosh, what is the name of that house? It belongs to the Rothschild family, right? I think that's one of the Rothschilds' houses. But yeah, it's kind of over the top. It's not so English as most of them. This was like a little bit different from the typical English manor house. Okay. Let's see. What's that? I heard the Duchess of Success podcast that someone went to Buckingham Palace today and there were like 30 people camping on the mall, not thousands like they. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that it was that many people camped out. And even with that, yeah, I don't suppose it's that many people. But along the entire parade route, I'm sure there's quite a few people here and there. But some people may have a preference as to where they camp out. But I wouldn't imagine all of them are like right there in the shadow of the palace. Okay, and so there's another image from the movie. I don't know how many of you guys have started watching it, but I'm going to wait until after the coronation before I even attempt it. And check this out. Could you imagine having worked through the global pandemic and all you have to show for it, not a pay increase, right? Not more vacation time. No, you don't get more holiday time. But right here, frontline worker to receive coronation medal. That's it. You get a coronation medal. More than 400,000 people are to receive a medal in recognition of their contribution to King's coronation. Made of nickel silver, it has the royal cipher on one side and the image of Charles and Camilla. Yuck. Oh, you know what? When I saw that image had a two-face, I figured it was Charles or Camilla, but okay, I see now. Now I see why there's two faces. I thought it was just Charles, supposed to be somebody's father and also their enemy at the same time, a two-face. Anyway, recipients include police, ambulance workers, cloisters, and military personnel working at the coronation. More than 400,000 people are to receive a medal in recognition of their contribution to King's coronation. It will also be given to emergency service workers, prison staff, and members of the armed forces with more than 5 years of service, and living recipients of the George Cross and Victoria Cross will receive the medal. Oh, so if you're still alive, you get one anyway. So they are going to make 400,000 of these rather than just give people a pay increase. Why don't you just pay them? Why don't you just pay them? Instead of these trinkets used to engender some type of favoritism, just pay them some more money. Oh boy, they still don't get it, do they? And with that, you guys, guess what? I am done. I can't believe it. I'm done. Done. All right. That's what's up. I am done. So I'll leave it there. I thought I had more. You know what? I think I missed something. Wait, you guys, don't go anywhere. I think I missed something. Let me see. I had another video for you guys. I have another video. I just didn't put a slide up for it. Okay, let me see. There it is.
Part you don't have to watch it. Go to the beach, do something else. You have a choice. A lot of people are going to enjoy it. And I would just say about Camilla that I sat with Diana in her drawing room and talked about Camilla. And Camilla, in Diana's view, had been loyal, discreet, and deserved some form of recognition. Well, she's going to get it on Saturday.
she's going to get it on Saturday. She's going to get it on Saturday.
Well, she's going to get it on Saturday. Well, she's going to get it on Saturday. Well, she's going to get it on Saturday.
Well, that wasn't too subtle, was it? Right. And you're making it rain, 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 rain on me. And you're making it rain, 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 rain on me.
Well, she's going to get it on Saturday.
Well, since we're here, I am going to go ahead and do that poem that I had made for Meghan. I released it last night in case you missed it. So you guys, if you're up late, go ahead and get out of here. I am done for today. This video I posted last night. You probably seen it already, but if not, you can stick around. But I don't want to monopolize all of your time. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you all for the contributions that I have received to make Royal Sussex possible. And also, you guys, the link for the Kaboom is at the top of the chat. So without any further ado, here we go.
A poem about Meghan Markle. Because of a fear of black skin, they will let a woman drown. Royal, no matter how gentle the black, how light the skin, how gorgeous the face, how talented the soul, how pure the intentions, they will not protect us. No matter how innocent the life, how secure the birthright titles will be stripped and babies tossed to wolves, because of a fear of black skin, they will let a woman drown in their lies. They will let the darkness swallow her, see her reach out for help and not only turn their backs, but crush her fingers beneath their feet, with hope she will plummet off the cliff. The why is obvious, the why is consistent, the why is always the same: black. They want her suffering because she was breathing while black, because her light outshines the white with her blackness. They will turn their backs on their own, stop taking calls from their sons because of blackness. And what else should we expect from the birthplace of white supremacy, the birthplace of slavery, the birthplace of the patriarchy, the soul of colonialism? And what else should we expect from a lineage of resilience, of beauty, of strength, of everlasting hope, her bounce back, her reboot, her survival? Catch this black girl magic, catch this brilliance, catch this happy, catch this radiance that not even 1,200 years of hate can kill. Catch this liberation, catch this revolution, this world woman, this global majority. Catch all of this unbreakable blackness. She doesn't need your titles. She has always been a queen.
All right, you guys, thank you very much for watching Royal Sussex. And I'll be looking for a last word of the day. Also, of course, remember, we have a queen that, doesn't live over there, but lives in the U.S. We have another queen that we're celebrating every day. And because of her hard work, And because of Harry's hard work, it has brought a community together, a group of us that supports their causes, that supports their lives in telling their truth, helping to share their truth, pulling out receipts when necessary. That's what we do at the Royal Sussex. That's what we do on all of these channels, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and any other place. So make sure, please support all of the content creators. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And even if you can't watch all the time, of course, you got to do other things in life. Just make sure you share those here and there, because it drives the algorithm. And especially at a time like this when people are looking for information, that's why I posted a bunch of videos so that they can actually get another side of the story, because it's very one-sided. There's so few Sussex friendly channels and the hate channels. I just saw another person go to the dark side. Maybe you've seen his channel. He's a barrister. And at first I thought he was just giving some common sense about, you know, everything going on with Harry legally. But now he's on every day. And whether or not there's something to talk about with the case, he's on there talking about Meghan and Harry and the gossip. Yeah, he has gone to the dark side. I thought he was like a legitimate person, but now he too has gone to the dark side. So where I thought he would at least be fair, you know, I wasn't expecting him to be a squatty, but I thought he would at least be fair. No, Vinnie Blair, I didn't write that poem. The lady that you saw at the end, that's her poem. That's why I put her at the end of the thing there. But no, that was not my poem. Okay. Oh, 5 months membership, Kathy Rose Lou. Thank you so much for that. All right, very cool. What, for the poem? Oh, you mean that channel? Oh, no. I don't want to say the name of that channel. I don't want to help that person out any at all. Nope, no. But and S, we may not be speaking of the same person. We may not even be speaking of the same person. But he had a channel and he, you know, was speaking about other things. But see, once they find out that if I talk about the Sussexes more often than not, then that's where they tend to stay. And then as time go by, they get increasingly nasty and evil and malicious. So it's unfortunate. And I'm pretty sure that before all of that, he might have been a pretty nice person. But once he gets in the bed with those derangers, then he's gonna totally change the way he does things. Yeah, and you guys, please don't try to throw any traffic at his channel. Just take my word for it. We don't have to name him. Just take my word for it. He's a nasty, nasty individual. At first he seemed cool. Now he's not. So, but don't help them out. They get enough traffic as it is. Yeah, VS says that is the main reason I don't go to many channels. Give folks time to. Yeah, if you go on those channels, you're just going to drive up the algorithm. So what I do is I hit not interested. If they come up again, you go to those 3 dots and hit not interested. And after a while, you won't see them anymore. There's quite a few hate channels that never come across my screen because I keep hitting not interested. So there you go. That is how you solve that problem. And then that way you won't have it accidentally playing on your device and throwing more of the algorithm at them. The whole point of it is We need to get the algorithm to reflect on the positive channels, not the hate channels. And some of those content creators, you know, they are disguised as reasonable people. But I've seen a few of them that over time that have just degraded into derangers, because it is the difference between having 3,000 views and 45,000 views. That's what it does for them. My best videos do not get as many views as their worst videos. Did you hear what I just said? My best videos don't get as many views as their worst videos. All they have to do is play the game, right? Just play the game, and it pays off. Whether or not they feel that way, you know, inside, they just have to play the game. So that's the really twisted part about it. All right. Okay, let me see. VS says, sadly, many have been fooled, but folks, especially now, will show true feelings. I will take the views I get to stay 1,000 times Team Sussex. Yeah, absolutely. VS, it's a matter of principle. It is a matter of principle. A conscious, not just principle, but conscious. Let me see. Jael says, very sad. People love hatred. Yeah, hate brings people together. It does. Hate brings people together. It's really sad, but it's true. And that is why the conservatives, even though their numbers are smaller, they only seem bigger because they're more hostile and more agitated. You know, by keeping people angry and reactive and on the verge of a breakdown, it actually makes it seem as though the right wing, the ultra right wing movement is much bigger than what it really is. But it's not so large. But you wouldn't know it because of the way that everything they say and do is so amplified. That's the reason why it looks so different. So, yeah, that's one of the things that I struggle with is when I see those channels. The first thing I do is I go and I look at their videos, and you know how you click most popular video, the popular video. Let's say they get like a handful of views in comparison. As soon as they get on the Sussex train, then their views can go like 10, 20 times the amount. And so whatever topic they came there for, they don't even talk about that no more. Like the antique dealer, the lady that used to go to the resale shops. She started off talking about stuff in the resale shops, and now she's one of the #1 derangers. Now she's one of the #1 derangers. What does that have to do with antiques? But I tell you what, the stuff that she shows on her show is just as ugly as she is on the inside. It really is. But yeah, so that's okay, you guys. Don't worry about it. This community is here. And although we may not have more people in terms of numbers, we may not get the most views, but I tell you what, we are a force to be reckoned with. And we have changed the conversation, whether or not they want to admit it. We have changed the conversation, and they know. Like Jobo said, when Jobo said those things about the Sussex squad, they know. They know what we are going to react to, and sometimes they hope that they can pull it back or hide it or delete it but the Sussex Squad Detective Agency is all over them. So you cannot hide from the Sussex Squad. We will gather our receipts, and when the time is right, at a time and a place of our choosing, we are going to call you out and embarrass you. So that is what they can continue to expect. That's right. Damn right. There you go. Okay, I think I found an ending. Love, peace, and kindness are the key. That is beautiful, Patricia. Thank you so much. That's right, Manello. Okay, you guys, I am going to cue the Ginger Avenger. Keep the faith. And just whatever you do, guys, if you're going to take on some of these derangers, don't threaten anybody. And whatever you do, don't make it personal. You don't want to make it personal. Just speak your truth. State the Kate as we know it about the Sussexes and everybody else that we're concerned about. And continue to pray for yourselves and one another. Prayer works. And also the link for the Kaboom is at the top of the chat. So I'm going to do the Ginger Avenger. And then I may play that Uvalde video, which of course is, kind of touching Susie Q. I may play that Uvalde video. So fair warning. But just to remind us what the fundraiser is for. Okay, thank you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. And of course, thank you to our queens for the rain. Okay, so let me cue Ginger Avenger.